Welcome back, realvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith, and I'm proud to be here on a Monday morning talking about land. It's one of my favorite topics, or my favorite topic. this this picture over my head, I took this weekend with the kids. We were out looking at some property. Let me kill a couple things here. So we were looking at this land, and it was this. There's a big tarantula, just a really big tarantula coming along. Let me hit. Okay, let me see if that does it. Yeah, so this was just a really big tarantula I found at one of the properties I was looking at this weekend. I was looking at this 10-acre properties in San Diego counties back in the not too far from town. Great views, lots of big views. I'm trying to figure out if the topography is there or not. I don't think it is. I think the main part I thought I could build maybe someone could put a house on. There's like a water line going through it, an easement right through that part. I mean, it just kills the property. But we found this really cool tarantula. This thing was, I mean, the size of my hand kind of tarantula. He was missing a leg. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see he's got, well, on this side, he's got 3 legs, and that side, he's got 4. So he was 1 leg shy of a full tarantula. But that was a fun weekend. Went to some other properties in San Bernardino County, and yeah, just viewing a couple different properties this weekend. So let's jump into this. We got the chat pulled up. I got it pulled up on another screen. I wanted to say hi and welcome everybody that's chiming in this morning, and thank you for watching my videos. Thanks for coming and viewing this stuff. I wanted to talk about land. We talk about land every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you have questions, comments, if you're trying to figure something out about land, throw it in there and let me know. I'm wondering if you guys are even seeing me. I'm getting a bunch of red stuff. I think I'm going to shut down and come back live. Okay, trying again, see if the numbers work better this time. Someone said, I got you, good morning. So someone was here and seeing me. It looks like it's running a little bit better on my computer this time now that I restarted it. The colors on the screen look better with all the warning lights and things. Okay, so I wanted to say we found this tarantula on one of the properties this weekend. It's a nice big one. There's coyotes, there's rabbits, there's big owl, hawks. There's just a lot of wildlife at this particular property with great big views all out over Escondido and San Diego County. And then from the driveway, you can see the ocean, but you can't see the ocean really from where you might have a chance of building a house. So I was kind of frustrated at that. And I had a guy accept a property right across the street from this one that had big ocean views, and I went to check it out in the past off the San Diego mailer we did with the mailers with the guys on the show. And I offered the guy $101,000, 127.37 or some weird number, right? And it's just over $100,000 I offered for this property, and the guy accepted. He like signed the paperwork, sent it back, and everything. It's like, okay, so I'm doing a little bit of due diligence. We're gonna go buy it. I don't think I moved fast enough. And by the time I was trying to do the paperwork and go for it, the guy's like, no, I want more, I want more, I want more. And we never came to a deal. And that happens a lot in real estate. But, this property that I was looking at yesterday is right across the street from it, but back over a different hill, looking in a totally different direction. And it was really clear when I was there, and I got to see the property's views of the islands of that other property. So maybe I'll circle back. It just gets me thinking about reprocessing a lot of the data that I already have in the databases, and not just for that property, but about a lot of other properties. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And so I'm working on more mailers because I've promised guys I'm going to do mailers. I'm going to push through these. I'm going to get all these mailers done and buy a bunch more deals. And I've learned a lot off of these mailers. I learned a lot off of every single one that I do. This previous conference that I went to, some of the other guys that are doing lots of land deals, they're really good land deals, bigger dollar land deals. They're using agents, and I've always shied away from using agents because I don't usually like paying them and working with them. They seem to slow the deals down. But they made a really good point, and it's a Pareto's principle kind of deal. The agents have The top 1% agents can be awesome. And a lot of the rest of them are just like the rest of them. And so if you get one of those top agents to pay you attention and give you the time of day for the dollar size deals you're doing, it can be an amazing experience to get taken through the deal. And Joe Martin, one of the guys at the presentation, or sorry, Matt Rogers, one of the guys at the presentation, Matt pointed out that, even though you found the deal and you priced the deal and you can do the deal on your own, the due diligence side of buying that property can be done by somebody else, or somebody else can help you in the due diligence, I guess is more of the way he said it. And if you get one of those top 1% agents, they can slice through a lot of the due diligence on these properties and point out to you what's wrong with the property so much faster and easier when you're making a $50,000 purchase or $100,000 purchase or $250,000 purchase. Not so much on the $2,000 purchases, but so that point hit home hard, because I'd like to do more of those deals. The website's lacking in those size deals, and like to fill in the holes on the map. I'd like to fill in the holes around towns and where more desired properties are too. And so I started using some agents, and I found some agents that are like those top guys to do due diligence on the buy side of some of these properties that I've got in the hopper from the mailers that we did together. And I think they're coming up with some really good information. Like one of the agents I got in San Diego County, I mean, he started knocking on the doors of the people that I've had a hard time getting a hold of. Like he went way up North County, way down South County all weekend. He's been knocking on doors and chasing people down. Ones that they accepted my deals, but they just never closed. He's just chasing the people down for me. I mean, that's great. I would go do more deals in San Diego County. Maybe not just the plain vacant land, but like the mailer we were doing 2 weeks ago, go after the mobile homes. I go after the mobile homes, step my way into it, break down the zoning and get to know a lot about each little zoning code and figure out which zoning codes I want to hit. Just target those particular zoning codes and knock them out of the park. So I'm going to do some of those mailers with the mailers that I've already promised to people. And I want to do that in some other areas where I've got agents that can do the due diligence, so that when the deals come in, I can have them jumping on it like that second. I can make them just hammered out. We can do a lot more deals a lot faster with a lot more conviction. So that's part of what I'm up to, and little bits of updates there. One of the other updates, I don't know if it's not ready yet, but I'll tell you guys, because that's what I do every Monday morning. I share what I'm doing. Maybe you guys can copy or learn or get involved or help or slap me silly if I'm doing it wrong. It's probably the best thing you guys can do. So let's jump into this website. This is so I was looking at these different properties this weekend. I was listening to different podcasts while I was driving around, and Gary Vaynerchuk's got a new marketing. He's not just talking about whatever social media. He's talking about he sells wine, right? So this guy's all over the internet, and he sells wine. He tells you how to market on social media. And his main mantra is social media is a tool. And if you understand how to use that tool, you can pick up cheap traffic, cheap information, or free people to look at your stuff and market whatever it is you're selling to them, instead of paying for ads and paying for, like in my business, I got sick of paying the big land listing websites. Like CoStar bought up all the websites that I was paying to put properties on, and then they raised the price like tenfold or more. And I said, that's not cool, because that same amount of money or less or more or whatever could be much more efficiently used in social media. And so you guys are watching YouTube, which is social media, and you're coming through that channel. And I think it's much more organic and real. You can ask questions. I talk to you, and it's like interactive. And I love that a lot better than like AdWords, Google jamming it down your throat and chasing you around the internet like a ghost. Depending on all your information. So Gary Vaynerchuk made this website behind us, and it's winetext.com. And so you sign up to this thing, and I'm not saying you should go sign up to it. I'm not selling. I'm just using an example. So you sign up to this thing, you put your information in over here, right? And then they get your text number, and they send you a text, and it says, we got this great bottle of whatever wine, and it's got these scores, and it's really awesome. How many bottles do you want? And you reply, I want one bottle, and it says up here, one bottle, you got to pay $6 shipping, or if you get 12, you get free shipping or something, right? So they give you the standards up front. You fill out your information, they got a database, and then when they got really good deals, they text you the deal. And so you're subscribing to get that deal. And something just clicked with me on that. Like, I've had email lists in the past, and I don't think people open their email, and it's just kind of complicated. I don't know. Everyone else does email. I like text. Everybody looks at their text, right? And I could have my own list of people, and I could have software to slice and dice what people are looking for. And when I got good land deals, I can send out a text like, here's a really good land deal. Or like some of these properties I was looking at this weekend. Like, hey, I'm going to be visiting this property. If you guys want to meet up and see a property we got, that I could put that kind of stuff out there. So got me thinking, and I'm like, winetext.com, why not landtext.com? So I just got landtext with an S.com, landtexts, plural. And I'm getting that set up. So I got got some people working on it, and we're going to get set up, and I'm going to make that available to the people that are on the website, ruralvacantland.com. So that leads me into ruralvacantland.com. And we've got maybe like 6 new members since this last broadcast last week. And so I want to welcome the new people aboard. Thank you. Thanks for trusting me to post your land, and thanks for doing awesome land deals. We're going to jump into the inventory and see what some of the new deals that have come up, and some of the new deals are from the newest members on the website. And as I get that texting system set up, I've got huge databases of people that have bought land or done land deals with. I mean, we could start with that list and narrow it down from there and add on. And I think we can promote. What I would like to do is promote properties that are really good cash buy properties, and where people could buy them through a text message, yes or no, if you want to go for it, and then like be able to just go remarket it right on the website for like a payment plan style. Like, buy the property for $500 and sell it for $100 a month for the next 24 months. Just really simple math like that. A lot of people like the $100 a month for 24 months over the $500 purchase. And so if you are building your nest egg, if you're adding on, if you're a, like rich dad, poor dad kinds of investment mentality, you like to buy cash flowing assets. And so I think we could promote those kinds of properties. We've got tons of them. If we present them, I think the right people will pick them up and run with them. We've got marketing to market them. And I think it's just another piece of the puzzle to do a lot more land deals. So I think you guys could make money off of it. And the people that are posting properties on the website could sell a lot more properties. I think it works all the way around, makes it a more efficient business for everybody. So everybody wins. So I'm glad to bring that aboard. I'm going to try to get that set up as quick as I can. We should have a landing page on there sometime this week to start collecting text messages, and then I'm building out the back end to actually deliver on it over the next little bit longer. We'll see how long that takes. It's already been done, so we just copy what's there, right? But do it for land instead of for wine. Okay, so thanks for all the new people coming on. I'm adding new features to the system to sell more land and keep people updated with new deals a lot more efficiently if they want them. You don't have to. And yeah, let's jump into the inventory. So towards the end of this call, I'm going to give away a property. Probably be another one of these Arkansas properties, Arkansas crazy properties, weird properties, whatever you want to call them. Some people call them, I don't want them. Some people say, I love them. It's whatever you want to do with them. I'm sure we could sell them somewhere along the way for some price. So if you don't want the property, I mean, we'll just go sell it for you. If you want me to sell it for you, I'll charge 50% of the profits on going to sell it for you. It's a lot of work on these smaller dollar properties, money going back and forth and refunds and stuff. And if somebody wants refunds and the paperwork and the process of marketing, making the ads and phone calls, it's just a lot of work that goes into selling these small dollar properties. So I'm charging 50% of the profits to go sell them for you if you want me to sell them for you. If I can sell them. Otherwise, give it a shot and you get the property back or do whatever you want with it. Um, okay, so I've got, let me pop this chat up so I can see it better. Yeah, so thanks everyone for coming online. We got 35 people. We got some comments. Good morning. I got you, Luke. Thanks, John. And good morning. Hi. A bunch of guys saying hi. Good morning. All thank you, Luke, for helping me buy land through ruralvacantland.com. Good morning, Mr. Herb. Thanks. Thanks for the thank you. Redefine Living. Good morning from Southern California. Good morning, Redefine Living. Mr. Redefine Living. Yeah, it's more personal on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's a great setup. I like YouTube. Um, Hi, Luke, and all your wine tasters too. Exactly, right? Um, do not approve of the thumbnail picture of that spider. Yeah, my wife was freaking out. She was like running away from the spider. I'm like, oh, my son has a tank in his room that used to have a lizard in it. That's another story. But I'm like, we could go put it in the lizard tank and we could keep him for a little bit. We could feed him and play with him, then we could go let him go later. She was not having that. So I understand not liking the picture. We'll jump over to, we're going to jump into the website here in a sec. But what a great idea. Virginia Price. Yeah, so I think it's optional. I'm just copying like a really good marketer and how he's marketing stuff and making it available to more people. Um, Mr. Woolley says, if you have their phone number, then promoting and advertising land through WhatsApp status should be also effective because of its multimedia support and it will only get better. Yeah, I like WhatsApp too. I think Mr. Woolley was contacting me on WhatsApp and I use WhatsApp for a lot of different family members. I've got families spread around the world in different countries. And so WhatsApp seems to work pretty well for that. We just bought some tickets to go to Shanghai again. We're going to go to Shanghai for like in December. And then from there, we're going to go down to Bali for Christmas and New Year's. We're going to be in Bali. I don't know if you guys want to do meetups. If there's someone in Shanghai or in Bali, or if you're traveling through, let me know. I'm going to be in Shanghai um, December 13th and on for about a week, and then I'll be in Bali, just before Christmas to just after New Year's. I don't know the exact dates. Um, Redefine Living. I just drove through Arkansas on the 40. It's a beautiful state. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful parts of Arkansas, and it's super cheap. It's it's like looking at town and looking at the poor side of town or the other side of tracks or whatever, right? I mean, it gets cheap, it gets cheaper, it gets cheap, cheap, cheap until people start saying, hey, wait a minute, I could get what? For how much over there? I don't care what the neighborhood looks like. I get the whole warehouse. I could have I could go from a studio to a whole warehouse, or I could go from an apartment to a mobile home, or I could go from a mobile home to a house, or I could, whatever it is, they're moving up the ladder, right? By making a move to a place like that, where a lot of people have been leaving the last 20 years or something. I mean, the population's been more than cut in half. A lot of people have left. There's a lot of old infrastructure there that's built, that's still good, that's available for next to nothing because there's just not demand for it, and lots of other reasons. But you could take up that infrastructure and you can use it. We've got internet connections, telecommunications, Amazon delivery, and all kinds of other deliveries. You don't even need the store anymore. I mean, why not? Kill the biggest bill of your life, right? If you go rank all the bills, housing's at the top for most everybody here. Housing is one of the biggest bills for most all Americans. If you kill that bill, you got that much more room in your finances to invest in land or other whatever it is you want to invest in, and increase your personal finances in a rippling effect. You can put that money to work instead of sinking it into rent or mortgage or whatever somewhere else that's more expensive. I mean, look who's talking. I'm living in Southern California saying this. So I'm definitely not the poster child of that, but that's definitely available for the right person. Redefine Living. Okay. Luke, there's software robots that can do that for text messages for you. I've seen it with other land companies. Yeah, I mean, I know there's software out there, so I'm just gonna go through, if you guys know what software people are using or what systems they're using that and have feedback on it, that would be great, because I'm going to shop through systems and figure out the most effective way to do that, cost effective and everything else that I could do at scale. Laurel Pennick, can you participate in the land giveaway if you had previously won a year ago? Yeah, sure. I used to say, not the same people all the time, but it's so hard to keep track of everybody that's won land. I've been giving a land away for over a year, a couple of years or whatever. I should count up how many properties I've given away. I've given away a lot of land. I've given away a lot of mailers. Um, and I think the mailers are probably more profitable on some of those deals. But I gotta go full circle on these mailers so I can present the numbers before I really start saying that. I'm still bogged down in the middle of it, but I'm learning ways to get faster at it. Like I was saying earlier in this call about using agents on some of these bigger dollar land deals, I don't get as bogged down in the due diligence of deal by deal. Um, Backwoods Bungalow. Text list sounds ingenious. Does it need a separate website instead of a feature on the existing website? No, it doesn't need a separate website, but um, this is the way Gary Vaynerchuk did that. Gary Vaynerchuk did it, and he runs like a really big social media advertising company. He advises lots of people, lots of big companies on how to run your social media. And the way he did it was a different website, because when he's promoting it, he can send people straight to that website. So he can say it in voice and he can say it in video, and they just go to that website and they can look it up. Like anybody can look up a .com. So just a simple two-word .com kind of website. I found one, land text with an S, plural S, landtext.com. And he, he's just got a landing page that collects information, and it starts going from there. So I thought I'd just copy him instead of trying to reinvent the wheel. But I'll probably make links to it from ruralvacantland.com. And I think it'll be a really nice tool to have, a mailing list that if YouTube changes or shuts down, or Facebook changes or shuts down, or whatever social media changes or shuts down, like MySpace or whatever ones in the past have disappeared, I think text and having people's phone numbers and actual contact information over time is a lot more timeless, and I can be more customized with it. It's just an alternative channel to reach people. I'll be really careful with their information, not spam them, but just try to give them the best of the best of the best deals. I think if you just give the best to them, they'll keep coming back. Okay, where they won't, hit decline or reply something that makes me take them off their list. Arkansas is beautiful. Go north on into 49. Yeah. I'm in Belize for the same time in December. I'm sure we won't be meeting up. Hello, Jason later. Jason, are you going to the Bay Islands, or are you going to? I had a wedding in Belize. We got married in Hopkins, little Gurafura village, and that was fun. But I think Jason likes going to the islands. Bay Islands out in front. It's really good diving. I think he's like scuba. Nick S. Hi Luke. Hi Tom. TK Dawes. Still waiting for my call, Luke. Oh no. I thought I called you. TK. Sorry. Okay. Make a message. I'll call you after this. Sorry, TK. Okay, so let's jump into the listings. I'm going to try to keep it short today. The kids are half day of school all week because of parent-teacher conferences. I got, just kills my schedule. I spend more time with the kids, right? Okay, so some of this Arkansas stuff is just starting to hit the website. We got Chilkoot County, Arkansas. And I called the... we're getting like hundreds of these properties, right? So they're just starting to get filtered on the website. I'm going to make a bunch of videos and start getting more information about each specific property and up the information and make prices and stuff on these. These weren't here when I started the video this morning, so back office is just starting to fill them in. Let's see what they got. This is Chilkoot County, Arkansas, and I got a bunch of the Chilkoot County, Arkansas properties. This one's 0.3 acre. It just looks like a chunk of woods. So some of these are in groupings, like next to others, and I'm going to group them up, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But it looks like there's a little road that goes into this one, so it's 0.3 of an acre. And this county, I mean, I talked to the county clerk. I called everybody I could in the county, asked for planning and zoning. There's no planning and zoning in Chilkoot County, Arkansas. They're like, what? Planning and zoning? We don't have that. Like, you want to build? Just build. Like, what do you mean? Do I have to get a permit? What? There's no permits. You don't need a permit. Just build. Like, can I put a mobile home on it? You can do whatever you want. You know, can I live in RV? Of course, why not? Just go for it, right? So that's the attitude in Chilkoot County, Arkansas. So I was like, okay, we're gonna buy it. We'll buy it. I bought up a bunch of properties in Chilkoot County, Arkansas. So I think I'm gonna be telling people about Chilkoot County, Arkansas, and it's no planning and zoning. There's no building permits. You don't no regulations. What regulations? They're just so happy to have you. I mean, it's farming community, small town farming community. We'll zoom out, show you where we're at. Well, Chilkoot County, here we go. So this is just north of Louisiana, just west of Mississippi in southern Arkansas. There's a little town here called McGee. Here's a little town called Dermont. Dermont's got schools. It's got a high school. I was looking up the high school, middle school, elementary school. I think it's got liquor stores and grocery stores and that kind of stuff too. There's got a bank. There's an elementary school. There's a Family Dollar's a high school. I don't know what Justice Nut is. Got a bunch of churches, funeral home, and yeah, okay, so Family Dollar, I guess you could get groceries at Family Dollar and just take it from there. So if you got to drive out a little further, I'm sure you can get more supplies than that. But I mean, small town, this property's not priced yet, but we're going to start pricing properties pretty soon. So you're going to see a bunch of these Chilkoot County ones coming up on the website. Okay, so they just got 2 of them up so far. This one's 0.1 acres. Let's see what this one is. But some of the ones we got have mobile homes on them. Some of them have houses. Some of them have like where houses used to be. They've got the foundation. They've got all the utilities hooked up. And so this one, it looks like it's on a street. Let's see if we can do street view. Yeah, so we got some neighbors, got some houses. Here's an empty piece of land in the middle of this neighborhood with power lines. So you could put a mobile home here. You could put a manufactured home here. You could move in with your RV. You can just go for it. Looks like somebody cut the grass once upon a time. There's a power line right there in the back. I don't know how fresh this is. But for my research, you can just move in. Please check with local code ordinance people and things to do your own due diligence on the laws. I'm just saying from a land dealer's perspective, not a lawyer's perspective, and go do your own research on the laws. But it sounds like you can just move in there and go for it. And so we're going to have a whole bunch of these on the website. I'm going to start presenting them more as we get them in there and get them priced. Okay, so beyond that, we got some, look at this, Okanogan County, Washington. This is, we got a bunch of Okanogan. I think we had one of them when I was looking before the video. Now we've got 3. So let's flip through these really quick. 19 acres, 19.94, 19.93, 19.93, 20. So a bunch of these Okanogan properties by Eric Coe. So I just, I've done deals with Eric Coe in the past, and I met him at this land conference this last weekend, not this weekend, not 2 days ago, but a week and a couple days ago. And he signed up to the website, and so I'm glad to see him signed up on the website. He's got these 20-acre properties in Okanogan County, Washington, $22,975 for 20 acres in Washington. You can pull up some satellites. I think they're scattered around, but there's trees in the area. This one looks like it maybe not trees right on the property, but it looks like there's some lakes down here and some mountains. And if we keep zooming out, we'll see where Okanogan is. So here's the 97, and I don't know this part of Washington. I'm just not familiar with it. So central backside of Washington. Yeah, so he's got a couple of those to choose from. I'm going to try to get through this list a little quicker. If you guys got questions, throw them up on the board and I'll try to keep up with them. Yeah, Jason Lydiard says, Bay Islands for scuba, best Xmas gift ever. Nice, Jason. That should be fun. Jason works a lot, so it'd be good for him to take a break. Denzel 80 baby. Hey Luke. Hello. Lisa first name Sab. Good morning Luke and everyone. Good morning Nick S. Have you been able to work on relay notifications? I noticed a property I'm in with you on sold, but I didn't get an email update. I've been looking at it, Nick, but I haven't got it totally updated. Try to get you an update. Okay. I think Nick is talking about, I think the property is the one 24 miles to Seattle. Was the video on it. It's like almost 3 acres. Yeah, so we had a bidding war on that one last weekend, and I mean, just everybody and their brother was bidding on it. And I was giving Nick an update, but I don't think my software system overloaded because there's so much information on there. I got to figure out a better way to get the information flow on it. I'll figure it out. But yeah, we had like 12 bids. I put the thing up for sale on Thursday, and everybody and their brother was going for it over the weekend. We had some people doing escalating bids, like $1,000 over the next best bid, and other people are doing escalating bids, $2,000 over the next best bid. It's like, oh, this is getting complicated. But I went up to, I went to $54,000. So if I can remember the math, the property was like $20,000. And we sold it for $54,000. It's in title. It hasn't closed yet. We got a backup bid we got a couple backup bids. I think at 56 and 57,000. So if the first guy falls out, we've got some higher bids behind it. And so I don't think it's going to fall out. I think it's going to happen. And yeah, so let's do that math. Can you guys do that math? So Nick paid for the mailer. I hope it's okay to share numbers, Nick. But so Nick paid for the mailer, and I was offering mailers in the past. Basically, you pay $1 and you get a mailer. I was offering him a $1,500 chunk. So $1,500, you get 1,500 mailers. And then I started sending mail, and I haven't sent all the mail out. Like, I haven't sent it all. Maybe half of what Nick paid for I actually sent out. And so some of these new mailers, I'm going to use his money to send out. And so he'll get shots at those. And I promised to give him half of what I make off of the mailer, or half of what I make off of the deals that come from the mailer. And so what I make is after the financing part of the property. And so I had a guy finance that property, finance partner put up all the money for the property. And I promised him 50% of the profits. And so I think it was $20,000 or $21,000 for the property, and I think there were some fees and title. Let's call it 25 grand it cost, and I think there were some taxes on it too. So 25 grand to get the property, and we just sold it for 54 grand. And there'll be some settlement costs and realtor costs on the sell side from the buyer's agent. I didn't use an agent on my sell, and so 54 probably gets watered down to 50. So, okay, that makes it easier math. So it's probably like 25 grand spread on it. And half of that goes to the guy that put up the money for the property. So he'll get like 12 and a half or something. And then half of it would theoretically go to me, but Nick paid for the mail. So half of that goes to him. So he'll probably get, what's half of 12 and a half, six grand or something. So he'll probably get 6 grand out of that deal for buying the mailer. I'm trying to get that money to go straight from title to Nick. I'm trying to do it on this deal, Nick, so I don't have to do the taxes and like issue you a 1099 or anything. I think it's a lot cleaner if I just have the title send you the money. So hopefully that's okay. So you might end up having to sign something on that, or I'm not sure. Probably just feed them your information. They send it to you. Okay. Kurt, do you still have lots in Cochise County, Arizona? I was just looking at Cochise yesterday for someone, and we're getting down there. Like we're under 10 properties in Cochise. So what's happened in Cochise, guys, is they changed the rules. November 27th, a new rule came into effect that makes it harder to split land, and it doesn't make it impossible. It just makes more hoops to jump through. It makes it more for like a local person to be working on it than someone like me from California doing it. So I'm on the website. I'm going to Cochise for sale. And so what I think that does is it makes it harder for me to go buy land and split it and dump hundreds of properties on the market like I've done over the last couple of years. And what it probably does is it makes it easier for the people that bought all the properties from me to remarket their properties at higher prices, or the prices probably start coming around because there's not going to be a new supply of those kinds of properties, freshly split up properties anymore, or if there are, they'll just cost more. So I think that means the prices in Cochise are going up the way they're doing it. So right now we've got, we're less than 10 or less. We're on one page. It used to be like 3 pages last week. We had like 30 properties. Now we're down to less than 10, or 10 or less. So we've got 38 acres in Cochise County for $23,500. We've got $2,495, so basically $2,500 for 2 acres. That's a nice cheap one. Here's a really cheap one, $595 for 0.87 acres. Let's take a look at that. You might be able to put a mobile home on it. $500 properties. Andy Barnhart's got this one. He's asking $595 for 0.87 acres. It looks like pretty boring land, but I mean, it's an open palette to do whatever the heck you want with it. Go plant whatever, go have fun with it, right? Looks like there's a little junky road to get out there. You probably need to rent a tractor or something to actually work on that road to use it. Okay, so it's just south of Wilcox and Cochise, just under the lake there. I've had numerous properties in that area. Yeah, so I mean, little road. You could probably drive your truck out there if your truck's got some gusto. Otherwise, you probably want to grade it, tractor it out a little bit. $19.95 for 2.5 acres. This looks like it might even have a power line. $19.95 for 2.39 acres. $15,995 for 13 acres. I think this might be. Oh, this is a different one. Andy Barnhart again. I mean, look at that. It's houses in the area, roads, you can drive right up to it. Pay a little bit more money for the property, make it easier to get there. And 5 acres Cochise for $2,995. I mean, just go flip through these and take a look at each one of them. See which one fits your bill. 20 acres for $7,995. There's a cheap one. 12 acres. This is really cheap too. 12 acres for $4,497. So there's some really cheap ones in here, and then there's some others that have like utilities are easier to get to. Just pay a little bit more for the stuff they're probably even cheaper than getting the one way out there and trying to build your own utilities. But yeah, so there's some Cochise on the website to choose from right now, and I kind of think like our source of Cochise is drying up. I don't think we're going to have as much Cochise selection in the future as we've had in the past, but that's just the way it goes. Okay, so back to the list. We're looking at all these Okanogan County ones. There's Texas, $2,995 for a 1/4 acre in Texas, and Hutchinson County, Texas. I wonder who's getting this one on the board. Virginia says, I lived in Waterville on Highway 2. Ask me a question. Where's Waterville? Is that in Arkansas? TK Dawes says, more Sharps County, Arkansas. I hear you can go off grid. Yeah, Sharp County's pretty easy too. Sharp County's got a lot of, or not a lot, but like hardly any to no regulations on going to build there if you're outside the neighborhoods. 2,995, Hutchinson County, Texas. This is Michael's got this one on the board. Michael's new to the website, and so welcome, Michael. Looks like we need to get a map on this one. We don't have a good map. Get that fixed. We've got $63 a year in tax. He's charging $99 to get it recorded, and the fees and everything. Cash price $1,750 or $100 down and $75 a month or 36 months. So listen to that. You could do $100 down and $75 a month, and you get your own property in Hutchinson County, Texas, a quarter acre. Texas has really low to no regulations too. It looks like there's some old houses in the area, but you could probably just get in here and go. Not 100% sure about it, but I bet you can do mobile home or some kinds of RV living. And this is right in town. There might be some town regulations, but I mean Texas is usually really, really open. It's look like probably at least do manufactured homes in there. I mean, talk to the guys, see what they say. He's got his phone number up here. Yeah, 2 homes have been removed, only vacant land with utilities, 2 side-by-side lots available. So it's got utilities on it. It's nice. $100 down, $75 a month, and the property has utilities. Surprised it's still for sale. Pershing County, Nevada. So 40 acres. I don't have a price on this one yet. Oh, it's in there. It's just not done right. Get that fixed. So we got a buy now price of $14,999 plus documentation fee, or buy with owner financing $1,979 down, $199 a month, with some fees. And yeah, I mean so these guys have been posting properties on the website, Felicia and Andrew, and I mean it's near 40 acres, basically 40 acres. Why don't we have a map on this one? This one needs a map too. We just bought hundreds of properties that the back office is trying to process and make happen, and they're not keeping up with putting maps on the website. I'm getting overloaded. My bill's going to be big. So 0.18 acres in Hamilton. This title needs fixing. Hamilton County, Florida. Let me see if I can fix this. So Jason's on the call. He was just typing in about going to the Bay Islands for Christmas. And so $1,500. He's got this one in Hamilton County, Florida. And this Hamilton is spelled better. Hamilton County, Florida, 0.18 acres. Let's see, we don't have the maps up here either. Sorry, I just got to keep notes and get to fix this stuff as we go. Okay, so there's buy it now, $1,500. Just nice, easy price, $1,500. We're going to take it up. Let's go old school on the mapping. We still got maps. Just click on it, bring it up into Google. And looks like nice classic little Florida roads. Probably white sand looking, old coral shells. And looks like there's a cabin or a mobile or something over here. Looks like another, this looks like the kind of neighborhood nobody's going to care what you do. Because there's hardly anybody around. The people that are just living it up, right? So it's not like big fancy houses with pools and manicured yards and little foo-foo dogs and that want to impose all their ridiculous lifestyles on your property. Like these people look like they'll just let you do what you want to do. $1,500 land in Florida. Sounds like my kind of price. Okay, let's check the comments for a sec. So I lived in Waterville on Highway 2. Ask me a question. So Virginia Price, if you guys could ask her a question about living in Waterville or figure out where Waterville is that I'm guessing that's Arkansas, but I don't know exactly where Waterville is. Rod Hall, Luke, regards. What you said about the land that is in title right now. How do you take a multiple offers from buyers? Yeah, good question, Rod Hall. So usually I put the properties up on the website and the first one to check out gets the property, right? But this was like, I was asking like 45 grand for the property, and people that are buying it are using realtors. Not all of them, but a lot of them are using realtors. Like they're using buyer's agents. And so the buyer's agents like to put everything on their paperwork so they make sure they get their commission, right? And so they've got their specific Washington state paperwork that they like to have their stuff on. They say, you have to use this paperwork. And it's like, no, I don't. I'm not a real estate agent. And so that's refreshing. I like the Washington one better than the California standard paperwork. But yeah, they send this stuff and it says this offer is valid for a day, or it's valid for 3 days, or it's valid until Monday morning at 9 a.m. Or, they're trying to get you to take their deal and stop looking at other people's offers. But I was at a conference, right? Rod, you were at the conference too. So while we were at the conference, I was telling him, I'm at this conference. I'm not in a really good position to be going and doing all this paperwork, because usually somebody makes an offer on the property. I'm like, cool, let's go for it. But they kept sending the offers. So like more and more people kept sending the offers. The neighbor who lived right next door was saying he's sending an offer. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for your offer. Where's your offer? And he kept saying, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then he never sent in the offer. I talked to his wife later when the assessor showed up at their property trying to do an assessment on the one that I had bought. The assessor's scratching his head because I bought the property so cheap, right? Assessors like to do that. Make up an excuse. This is an outlier. We're going to throw it away. But I think they should just drop the assessments down for everybody in the area and charge them less taxes. But they don't agree with that argument. So the assessor went to the neighbor's house because he was trying to figure out the property that I sold. And the neighbor was calling and all frustrated that the assessor's there. And, she told me that they weren't going to make the offer because of, I don't know, whatever. They weren't going to make an offer on the property. And I was kind of waiting for them. It seems like it should go to the neighbor. They should know the property the most. And they weren't going to go for it. So I just had all these people stacked up that wanted to buy it. And so I started calling everybody and I said, okay, I got your, indication of interest. Are you really going to put an offer in? I'm trying to go with the highest and best bid here. Whoever's going for it, whoever wants it the most is going to get it, like today. And I just hit the phones. A lot of people answered or called back and said, okay. Or they raised their bid, so someone would raise their bid. I'm like, okay, so you're in third place. Next person raised their bid. I'm like, okay, you're in first place. Let me just touch base with the last couple people I promised. And then just stacked up the bids and put them against each other. And the one particular guy, he just outbid everybody by $2,000. So all I have to do is show him an offer from somebody else, and then his bid is $2,000 above that. So that just sets the price. And so he set the price on it, or somebody else set the price, and he paid $2,000 more. So that's how that bidding war went. I'm not used to that in vacant land. I think it happens a lot more in houses and hot assets than areas where the statistics are really shiny. This particular property, I was targeting this area because the statistics were really shiny, and I thought maybe if I could get deals in a place where the statistics are shining, it would sell a lot faster and easier, and it did. And so test that theory. I'd like to do more of that in the future. It's a lot of work to do a bidding war like that, but it's nice to get sweet prices. So that's how that goes. Two sides to it. Okay. Dang. Yes, share. Nick Slager. Yeah. So that's the story in the bidding war. Nick S. I may be able to fund future properties. Let me know. Yes, Nick. I'll let you know. I'll try to fix the reporting so it does like the newer updates on the deals instead of trying to give the whole history of the deal in every email and overloading the email. And I think that'll work. Can give you my wire info. Yeah, so I'll probably need to get that to title, so they can wire you money. And then Virginia Price. Well, Karen Caruso, my assistant, is working on that, and I think that's like one of her things to do this morning. She'll probably be touching base with you this morning, today or tomorrow or something. I have a couple different assistants that help me with these kinds of deals. Virginia Price, Washington. Yeah, okay. So Waterville, Washington. She's in Washington. I thought we were talking about Arkansas. TK does. The land I wanted is gone. It might be reserved for you, TK, because I didn't see money for that land come in. And I was asking what's up with that. I don't know. So it's, I think we might have put it off to the side for you. Let me figure that out. Jason L. FYI, I bought 3 in that subdivision, all same price, perfect for snowbirds bringing down their RVs. So Jason Lydiard is talking about the Hamilton County, Florida that we have on the screen, or not on your screen, but on my screen. So Hamilton County, Florida. He says he bought 3 properties in this neighborhood. I think they're all the same price. Yeah, all same price, $1,500. So he's got 3 of them to choose from. So if you want to go to Hamilton County, Florida, and go take your RV or your mobile home, Jason, can you put in there like what the uses? He says perfect for snowbirds bringing down their RVs. Yeah, so you can go RV these properties. 0.1 acres. Looks like you pull in right off the street. You might want to bring a chainsaw with you. You can make some firewood and get some of the trees out of the way so you can drive in there and go for it. There's $1,500. Sounds good to me. It's Florida, Florida, Florida. Nice and easy Florida properties. I bet you those go pretty quick. Iowawa says, bidding dirt wars, a new land game show in the making. Yeah, bidding. We'll see. So some of these future mailers, I'm going after hot statistic stuff, bigger dollars, try to make more money for the people that paid for the mailers, and just push them through there faster. And so I think some of those that I've got the numbers to be comfortable with are mobile homes. Just go after mobile home properties where there's already a mobile home on the property with the utilities, and just scrape the mobile home, or let the buyer decide if they want to scrape it, or put a new mobile home on there, or put a manufactured home on there, or put a big fancy home on there. But a lot of times those are the choicer lots from the past versus a lot of the vacant properties that are out there now in the more desired areas. So we could do some of those. I think we might see more bidding wars with the prices that we do, and the hot markets, combining our pricing and hot markets. I think we could see more bidding wars. Now we've seen it. Now we know what to ask for and go for more of it. We can just emulate it and just go ask for it. We've got the data, right? Why not? Okay. So let's keep going through these properties. We're looking at these Hamilton County, Florida ones. Jason's putting on the board. Thank you, Jason, for putting those up. Those look like nice ones. Here's Garland County, Arkansas. So we're just getting some more of these ones. Michael's got this one. It's looks like might be a sidewalk. There's a power line in the front. Looks like there's houses all the way around it. 0.111 acres. I'm wondering if this map is in the right place. Let's look at some of these other maps. So it might be South Avenue and 4th Avenue. South Avenue and 4th Avenue. I guess it is the right place. Well, let me look at that map. South Avenue and 4th Avenue. Okay. And then we look at satellite. There might be a house on it. Half a house, maybe. Or maybe this is an old picture. The house has been demoed. I don't know. You might want to ask about it. Because this picture, it's got that house and that house. It's got that house and that house. This picture, this satellite image must be old. So I think this house maybe got torn down or burned down or disappeared or whatever. So you probably have a vacant lot here with utilities where the house used to be. Yeah. Let's see if we can do. Yeah, so it's street view. The house isn't there anymore. Is that like an old burn mark? It might have burned. There's that just shade. I don't know. Some junk there. Somebody took the house out, made it disappear, and still got the utilities. So you could just go put a new house in there, hook up the utilities. It might even be a front porch still left for you or some kind of foundation. Just go for it. Make it your own. I think we're gonna have a lot more of these on the website here pretty quick. So going on to page 2, we'll keep grinding through these. More Hamilton County, Florida. Skagit County, Washington. So I just posted this one. There's an old motor, or there's an RV on this one. It doesn't have a price on there yet. I think I was asking $29,000 and didn't get priced. That'll get updated pretty quick. This one, it's got, let me see if I can show that. I posted a video about this one like Friday or Saturday or something. It's got a weird shape on it, but it's got a bunch of big trees. You know, nice, no trespassing and a welcome sign to greet you. And then as you get back into the property, there's old cars and brush and stuff. You drive back in there, you might need serious brush grill on the front of your truck to drive back in there. But if you drive back in there over all that brush, there's an old road, old bridge. There's an RV. There's somebody else's was RV living it once upon a time. And so I think you could do the same on this one. Let's get back to the list of them. 2.9 acre lot in Hamilton County, Florida. So I'm guessing Jason just mailed Hamilton County, Florida. Started to get a bunch of Hamilton County, 1 acre, $3,997. Castilla County, Colorado, $499. There's $499 property in Colorado for it's quarter acre. I think you can build like a 500-foot cabin or 600 square foot cabin or bigger on these properties. Hamilton County, Florida. Look at that, 40 acres, Hamilton County, Florida. Good job, Jason. Got a nice big one. So we got some house lots and a big one. So he's asking $85,000 for this one. I think that's the biggest Florida property I've ever seen on the website. There's a road down to the south. Let's see if we got street view. Of course we don't have street view. This is in the country. There's some farm properties around the area. Is it all trees or what is it? Looks like it's just trees. Looks like they might be growing something next door. Or they planted trees. Maybe these are trees they replanted after forestry. But this just looks like native country, you know, Florida country. Probably good deer hunting, maybe even black bear. That'd be fun, right? Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we're getting up towards the border. We're just south of the Georgia border. We're north of Live Oak. We're north of Lake City and White Springs. It's National Wildlife Refuge. Bunch of green forest around here. Just a nice piece of nature. I bet you it's beautiful and quiet. So Jason's asking 85 grand for 40 acres in Florida. Three acres in Hampshire County, West Virginia. I think we got that one, or maybe this is another one. I thought we had this one on here before. Got Torrance County, New Mexico, 750 acres. Or $750, sorry, $750 for some New Mexico. $8,997 for 40 acres in Mojave County, Arizona. Nice. We haven't had Mojave on the website for a bit. Andy Barnhart's got some Mojave. Nice. Good job, Andy. It's a good season for Mojave. Like every winter, I sell out of Mojave. Everybody buys up all the Mojave for the winter. Because you get these properties, you can drive in with an RV. This one looks like it's got a little trail on the southern boundary of it. You could probably just drive right in there. go for it. A couple bushes. Let's see how far it is from the river. Where are we at on this one? Okay. So we've got Lake Havasu. Wait a minute. Yeah, Lake Havasu. Okay, so it's directly west of Lake Havasu City. And then north of there, you've got um, Lake Mojave, Lake Mead, Las Vegas. But I mean, you're so close to Lake Havasu City, you probably never go to these other ones. Lake Havasu City's got all your supplies from Home Depot, Walmart, gas stations, grocery stores, and car parts, tractor parts, building supplies, all that stuff, as well as boat supplies to go boating like crazy on this river. It's a really popular boating river. Go fishing and having fun. Spring break draws a huge crowd to this place, and something's gone wrong. Let's look at the comments for a sec. Bidding Dirt Wars, yeah. Rocky Gear, greetings from the great state of Florida. Hi, Rocky. Rod Hall, Luke, what are the mailings you were talking about? Are you selling them? What's included? How does it work? Yes, Rod, I am trying to go full circle on that before I do any more. And so what I did was I offered people on these live calls in the past that if they wanted to be part of the mailers that I'm doing, to send in some money. And so I put some links down below in the past. They're not there anymore. That said, you can send in $1,500 and I'll do 1,500 mailers, and I'll do the data, I'll do the pricing, I'll take the calls, I'll process the land, I'll do the due diligence, I'll finance it, I'll market it, I'll sell the land. So you basically just sit back and watch a show. I got this software set up to keep track of it and send updates, which Nick is pointing out that it's not working totally because it's getting overwhelmed. The email updates are getting too big for the emails, so I got to break them up. You sit back, watch a show, and you get money out of it, right? So Nick is going to get, if this total deal goes through and everything, I think I don't know how much Nick sent in, if he did for one or multiple mailers. I don't know. I'm not going to say on the air and stuff, but he sent some money in, and at least for that one mailer, he's making way more than the mailer cost. But he bought a bunch of mailers, right? So spread that money across a bunch of deals. I haven't sent all the mailers out, and I want to go full circle. I want to get all the mailers out, sent, the land bought, figure out where I'm at, come up with the numbers, and present the numbers of how it worked, and adjust from there to offer more mailers and do more mailers. If I can seriously catch up with what I'm at, and I think some of the strategies I've been taking on will allow me to do that, and not be so overwhelmed. I can do more volume going forward, and I can say, okay, here's what I would like to do. I would like to mail multifamily units in this county that have this zoning, that have a house on it where it could be a sixplex, or it could be a 10-plex apartment complex or something, like underutilized properties here. There are 4,000 records that meet this description. It will cost this much money to do the mailer. I expect to hopefully buy 1 or 2 or 5 out of this mailer. They're going to cost this much to buy the things. I think I can sell them for this much, and present that case to you guys when I have the data pulled up and like ready to hit the send button, and ask you guys to fund it. Put the percentage cut ratios out there that I think make sense, because I might adjust them up or down depending on the yields off these other mailers, to make it good for everybody, and then whack them, and then go on and do the next one, and the next one, the next one, and the next one. So you can pick and choose what we're mailing, what we're targeting. If we're targeting lake frontage lots and all the best lakes in the West, or all the best lakes in the Midwest, that might be a big mailer. All the best lakes in this part of this state and the Midwest. Whatever those mailers might be. And this is the economic case. This is how much you think we should make off of them. You want to be a part of the deal, and present it and go. So that's where I want to be. That's where I'm not yet. That's where I want to get with this. That's the idea. That's what I'm setting the stage for. I'm testing it with the first round. So Nick is like one of my guinea pigs, and I think he makes money off of it. But Yeah, so that's the idea. So let's go back to realvacantland.com, because land, I think the biggest constraint in doing these deals is capital. Like the capital requirements of buying and selling land is like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of money, right? So I need to ask for help and trying to figure out the best ways to do that, and the most efficient ways to do that. And I think that's the riskiest part of it, is paying for the mail. I mean, you might drop 5 or 10 grand on a mailer and not get any deals. That's risk. It's a lot of risk, right? But you might drop 5 or 10 grand on a mailer and then make 50 grand. Um, and if you do a couple of them back to back, I mean, the more of them you do and the more you do that, the more the economics work in your favor. And yeah, so let's keep going. 40 acres Mojave, 10 acres near Lancaster. This is in, oh, okay, Los Angeles County. Who's got this one on the board? I got a lot of people looking for backside of LA. Stefan. Okay, Stefan. I met Stefan at the conference this last weekend. He flew over from Germany to go to this conference, and we've been doing some other deals together in the past, and now he's starting to post some of his properties on realvacantland.com. So thank you, Stefan. So he's got 10 acres in Los Angeles County. I was just driving through the backside of Los Angeles County, or especially San Bernardino County this weekend. Yeah, a lot of it looks like this. So we've got some desert squares. Your property. This map is upside down. That's why I'm lost. North is south and south is north. Okay, so Los Angeles is up here. Property's over here. Lancaster's over here. Okay, so it looks like a wash clips the corner of it. There's some little roads in the area. I don't know. There might be one coming down into the property. Look at that. Some nice bush. So here, this looks like the property. Looks like they drove out there, took some drone shots. There's a homestead over here. I mean, it looks like you just pull up and go for it. Do whatever you want to do. Grind up the cactuses and plant something soft and friendly. Edwards Air Force Base. Some more pictures of the area. He's pointing out stuff in the area. $25,000. Close to there, sold for 10 acres, sold for $25,000. Yeah, so there's property. Okay, let's keep going. I mean, I think that's a pretty cheap one for Los Angeles County, backside of Los Angeles County, 10 grand, 10 acres. There's a lot of people like to go camping on those properties and go tear them up for the weekend. Wisconsin. Okay, so $9,997 for 0.68 acres in Wisconsin. I think this is Stefan too. Yeah, so Stefan's got this one too. $9,997. It looks like it's is it by the lake? Let's see. It's maybe a church next door. Some houses. Is this Lake Michigan? Yeah, it's Lake Michigan. I wonder if it's got a view. I see the water from the street. Yeah, look at that. You can see the Lake Michigan from standing on the street in front of the property. Maybe if you get up on that hill where it is, it looks like you're going to have ocean view, or not ocean, Lake Michigan view from this property. That's pretty neat. So, I mean, build a driveway up in there. Wonder if you bought it from the church. Churches always need money. Looks like the church got toilet papered. Maybe it's Halloween. Directions to everything. Buy it now. It's ready to go. This is neat. We haven't had much Wisconsin on the website in the past, but that's Lake Michigan views. I always love Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is, I grew up on Lake Michigan. It's a beautiful lake. Why is it giving me errors? So we'll let that load for a sec. See if there's any more comments. So Rod Hall is asking about the mailers I was doing in the past. I'm not offering more mailers right now, but I hope to in the future, just for clarity on everyone. But so Rod Hall's questions are, so I would be the buyer of the property from the list. Um, no, like, so you don't have to be. Like, the idea was I'd give you the option if you wanted to, like, say, hey, we got this deal. Do you want to fund it? But it might be 50 or $100,000 you got to put up. Um, and I've got other partners itching to put up the money. Why not use them? I mean, I pay them really good. They make a killing off the property for putting up the money. And I pay them really well, so they keep coming back. Um, so that's we could use their money to fund the properties. We could use your money for more mailers. And just use your money for more mailers. Just go do a whole bunch more mailers and really good targeted mailers. Go knock them out of the park. I think it's a great business model, but I just got to get my scale up there and the business processes in place to be able to handle them all. I can't, put the cart in front of the horse, if you will. I gotta make the ones that I already promised happen before I take on any more. That's number one. Um, Frenchie is saying, let's do an Arizona mailer near Phoenix. Yeah, so like Maricopa County. I'd love to do Maricopa County. I mean, the Maricopa County's got all kinds of mobile home properties. I'd like to go buy up all those that have utilities, go make those happen. I'd like to do all the acreage outside of the city limits that, like Nick Slager was pointing out the other day. It's like, yeah, you can split in Maricopa County, but not in the city limits. So get the stuff outside the city limits that we can split up instead of splitting Cochise left, right, and center. Let's go split Maricopa. Maricopa allows you to split properties really easily. And so I could split, and sell hundreds of Maricopa properties all around the outskirts of Phoenix. Every direction, we could have some more properties out there. We could have the cheapest ones in the market and just do the most volume. We could totally do that. I don't have the capacity to do it right now. Like I'm in over my head. I got to get the ones that I'm doing done and make happen before I take on more deals. But I will in the future. I'll take on more deals. I know I will. It's just a matter of time. Um, Rod, you would share in the net profits. Yeah, you would share in the net profits after he buys and sells it, I think. Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So buy the property, sell the property, and then however much money that would theoretically be coming to me from the deal, I split that with you. And so the deal we did in the past with the mailers, I split it in half because I don't really know what the numbers are going to cook down to. And if I do it over a bunch of people and see what kind of money I'm getting, they're getting for making it all happen. Um, See if it works, see if that works. If it's enough or too much or too little, we can change the percentage from there. But when I figure out a percentage that works for everybody, then I can do it in volume, and we can all make money. So, angling avatar. Anybody had any luck in Kentucky? Are you talking about mailing or properties? A couple of the other guys at the conference I was at just over a week ago were working Kentucky properties, and they were pitching the case that you're never more than like 2 hours from a city if you're in the eastern parts of Kentucky. There's lots of little cities around, and so nice hunting properties in the area. The guys are always not too far from town to go buy these hunting properties, go make them happen. But I mean, I think hunting properties are a great way to start. You start with the hunting properties and then you work up into like the mobile homes and the underutilized land, like land that's got, just like I was saying earlier in the call, land doesn't always have to be vacant. I mean, it could have something on it. It could have a barn or garage on it or something, right? But it could be zoned for like a multifamily thing. And the zoning might have changed somewhere along the way in the last 50 years. It didn't always used to be multifamily zoning. Zoning is new. It's like the last 10, 20, 30 years or something, zoning started happening. And so if you go try to set up something on the property now, you're supposed to do like a multifamily unit. You're not supposed to do a barn. So if you found the property that's got a barn and the guy's willing to sell it for like the value of his barn in the land, and you go sell it to somebody that's got the idea of building a 24 unit condo building on there, the economics are totally different. I mean, maybe you don't sell it for the value of the 24 unit condo because it's not built yet, But you could point out to them that you could build a 24 unit condo. You just make the barn disappear and put your condo there, and you can make a bunch of money off building a condo. And here's the market, and here's, pitch the story. Everybody wins. The guy that sold the barn, the guy that figures out the zoning and mails them and asks for buying it, and then the same guy that presents it to whoever that 24 likes to build the 24 unit condos are. So that example, underutilized property, it could be a property with a house that could be a duplex, or a property that's a house that could be, or a mobile home that could be a fourplex, or it could be a shopping center, or it could be all kinds of different things. Like, go through the zoning and figure out all the properties in that county that have the particular zoning that might be worth more than just a house, and target those properties by asking them to buy the thing for the value of the house, and then go sell them for something more. You could ripple through Kentucky again and again and again. You could spend the rest of your life doing that in one of these little areas, and just doing deal after deal after deal after deal. There's no lack of deal flow. So yeah, that's just the idea. Okay. Loving Ivy Farm. Curious if there's any way to filter acreage on your website. Yeah, so great question. Let's bring it back to the website. So this filter, this advanced search right over my head. Let's say we did Arizona, and we want for sale. It's already, for sale. We don't want the stuff that's sold unless you're trying to do market research or find the one that you already bought. And so area, let's say I want 35 and up. These are acres, right? 35 acres and up. I just want the big ones. I want to have room to play golf on my property. I like to hit balls, and I want my house, and I want to hit balls as far as I can hit them, and don't want to land on the neighbor's property or whatever, right? 40 acres should do that. So 35 acres and up. Let's see what we get. We get 40s. These are all 40s. 40 acres for $8,995. 40 acres for, why doesn't this one have a price? 40 acres for, yeah, we'll get that fixed. There's this one we already fixed. $8,499, or 40 acres for $8,900. 38 acres for $23,500. These are different counties: Apache County, Cochise County, Apache County, Pinell County. 40 acres in Pinell County for $69,997. So that's how you can search by acres. Let's go back to the list. Thank you for asking that. Loving Ivy Farm. Thank you. It's a good question. Okay, so we got one, North Carolina, Randolph County, North Carolina. Looks like a nice house lot. $9,997. 5 acres in Spotsylvania County, Virginia. Look at that. $29,000 for 5 acres in Virginia. Here's Pierce County, Washington. 3.69 acres for Pierce County, Washington. Here's 9.989 acres in Apache County. Here's Castilla County, Colorado for $2,500. Apache County for $999. $1,000. You can get a place in Apache County, roll up in your RV, start living there the same day. That's a lot cheaper than paying rent. It's cheaper than campgrounds. I was on this road trip this weekend. I went to I had the dog with me, so I went to this rest area in Camp Pendleton, and I stopped at the rest area, and it was pretty early in the morning. It's on the way out to San Bernardino County, and to look at some properties. And I was going to walk the dog, run the dog. The dog hadn't gone to the bathroom yet. I got the dog up so early in the morning, and there's no parking. Like the whole rest area was full. People were parking on the on-ramp to get back onto the freeway. Geez. Then a car started leaving. I found a spot. But it's why is there no parking? The bathrooms, there's 2 or 3 people deep at the sink. So these guys trying to shave and brush their teeth and put on deodorant and stuff. They're living in their cars. The rest area was just full of a bunch of people living in their cars. And I was thinking, man, these people need some land. Like, how do I get these people out on these properties? Like, you go use one of these properties, you can set it up, be on your own, have your own place, no one's gonna bug you. I don't know. How do I reach them? How do I market to them? How do I get them to go for it? I've had a lot of people buy land from me that don't have addresses, that are living out of their cars and things, which is totally cool. But I mean, how do I get the rest of them? How do we get the rest of them out there? There's so much of America that's just sitting there not being used. And all these people are living out of their cars at a rest area. Castilla County, Colorado, $2,000 for 4.4 acres. Castilla County, Colorado, $1,997 for 5 acres. Apache County, Arizona. This one needs a price too. Yeah, so we'll keep shucking cheap land. And see if we can get those people placed over time. For 1 hour from skiing. Oh yeah, this is in Amador County. Got this one here. I'm partial to this one. 49,997. I made a video about this one recently. I'll get that updated. But there's a street here, and yeah, I think you can do Street View even. Maybe not. Maybe it's Bing Maps. You can do Street View. But a bunch of nice trees, and it's not very far from skiing up the hill. Like, I was looking at the different ski lodges up here. So we're near Sacramento, right? So Sacramento's over here, the Bay Area's over here. And then Kirkwood's got skiing. Lake Tahoe's got all kinds of skiing. But there's a couple ski lodges on the way to Lake Tahoe. So this is on the way to Lake Tahoe, and you could go hit those ski lodges like an hour away. You could have your cabin here, away from the mess of people. And you could just jet in the morning, go skiing, come back after a good day of skiing, and not have to live in the thick snow. You can live down the mountain where it's a little easier to get along, and just pick and choose when you want to go use the ski hills or not. I think that would be fun. This one, I just made a video about this one a day or two ago. It's near Portland, Oregon. It's in the Washington side of the river. 39,997. I think I got a couple different people going to look at it. That one might happen here. Lot 3 acres, Rio Arriba County, New Mexico. Bunch of New Mexico properties. Some more New Mexico, or some more Hamilton County, Florida. New Mexico, Grant County, Castilla County. I could go on all day, guys. We got 29 pages of like the cheapest property in the area. These are just the newest ones that have come on the website since I think this last week when I showed you some of these properties. So I'm gonna hit up some comments and try to answer some questions, and then I want to give away some land. So stay tuned. I'm gonna ask a basic question. I got to come up with a basic question to ask, and then I'll give away some land to somebody who wants some free land. Like, how do you turn down free land, right? Rod Hall. Okay, so it's flexible. Thanks. I will watch for it. Yeah, Rod. Yeah, it's flexible. I'll work on more mailers in the future. I mean, I was really surprised at how much money people sent in for mailers in such a short amount of time. I didn't realize how much it was, and I looked at it, and I because it came from a bunch of different people, and I started adding it up. I'm going, oh no, like this is a lot of mailers, like. There's over 50,000 mailers people paid for, and I've done at that time maybe 150,000 mailers over the course of 3 years. So if you do 50,000 mailers on top of, I mean that's like how many mailers I did in a year in the past, and I thought I'd do them faster with the software and everything going forward, but it's taken me longer than I thought. But I guess thinking about it in historical perspectives, I mean, if I was going at my most efficient speeds in the past, it would take me a year to go through that much mail. But I think I'm going a lot faster than that. I am going a lot faster than that. Got like half of them put out already. Which is a lot of mail. It's a lot of calls. It's a lot of properties to research. It's a lot of work. Um, a lot of people to negotiate with. Okay, so let me keep going. Yeah, I mailed Kentucky 5 to 20 acres, Anglin Avatar. Okay, cool. I bet you get some good deals. Yo, bluegrass, long green, nice. Yeah, England. I love that area and I'm moving there. So I hit that county. No luck so far. We'll hit surrounding counties also. There's, yeah, Kentucky, I'm sure is just shaking the right tree. Keep asking. You're going to get deals. Um, Loving Ivy Farm. Oh, I am sorry. Didn't know it's that easy. Chad Loss. I may need you to find me some hill country land in Michigan. Hill country land in Michigan? Where's the hills? In the Upper Peninsula? Michigan's flat. My dad was always joking, Mount Pleasant, the biggest mountain, Mount Pleasant, is the freeway overpass. Michigan's got, go up to like Kalkaska and it's 200 or 300 foot above Lake Michigan, and they get more snow just because of that 200-foot elevation rise, or maybe 300-foot elevation rise. Um, so I'd be curious to know what hill country is in Michigan. Someplace I just don't know. It's got to be Upper Peninsula, right? Um, Lonely Prepper Homestead. Luke, do you know anyone doing infill lots in Lake Havasu City, Arizona? I That's some of the first ones I mailed. Late 2015. I would offer them like $123 for your land, or 200, less than $500 for their infill lots in Lake Havasu City. It's like, it's desert. What? And oh man, they yelled at me. I wrote these letters and I couldn't figure out how to get my printer to work, to like get the addresses to line up on the printer. So I said, heck with it. I'm just doing it by hand. And so this will be faster than trying to get my printer to work. So I started writing out my return address and my mailing address, or sorry, my return address and their mailing address, and getting the right envelope stuffed in there. I signed the letter and I put a return envelope in there and I sent it to them. And 120 whatever dollars, or different random numbers. I was trying to do like $100 per acre, but they're like an acre and a quarter lots. And yeah, it was stupid. But I had, out of every 100 letters like that I sent, I kept track of it. I had more than 40 people get back to me. I mean, they told me to bugger off and go away, but they got back to me. They read my mail, my handwritten, ridiculous, horrible handwriting, and they got back to me. Some of them were really nice, some of them were really rude, and but they got back to me. And that was one of the biggest eye openers in sending out letters to ask to buy people's land. And it's just, I didn't get the pricing right. I didn't get my letter presentation right, because a lot of them asked the same questions. So I got those questions answered in subsequent letters, and I got my pricing more on, so people started accepting them. But I haven't gone back and tried to mail infill lots in Lake Havasu City. I just thought infill lots in Lake Havasu City would sell really well, so because it's right next to Lake Havasu. And yeah, they sell really well. I just didn't realize how well. Like, they sell a lot better than I thought when I first started out. So the prices are higher. So I don't know anyone mailing them. I'm sure someone does. I need a place to winter with camper. Yeah, so there's a lot of places to winter with camper on the website. I mean, I would pull up the map search on the website. So if we go over here, I'll switch the website. So we got the map search, and if we open that up, you're gonna eventually, this thing will load behind my head while I keep answering things. And you zoom in on the map and pick the areas. Like, go south, go lower elevation south somewhere, and there's a lot of them. Or the Hamilton County, Florida. We were just looking at Hamilton County, Florida, and RV friendly $1,500 lots. There's like 3 or 4 of them on the website to choose from right now. Go look at Hamilton County, Florida. You can drive down there and park in pine trees. Or if you want desert without the humidity, go look at, guys, you should put in the comments where the best places to go for RV in the winter. But I would point them at Apache County and Navajo County and Cochise County. Maybe those are a little higher elevations, but if you're willing to pay a little bit more, go to Pinell County or Pima County, Arizona, like a couple different counties, Arizona, or the Mojave County. Mojave County, Arizona is a classic one to go winter in an RV. So take a look at those. 11 oh man, I got here in here late and my goat's out weed eating, so probably won't guess for land. Yeah, get the goats weeding. Nice. Chad Lawson, I need cheap, camper friendly, and shed friendly land, preferably near Denver, but anywhere in Colorado. If it's the right price, with the least restrictions on the land, cannabis friendly preferred. I mean, isn't all Colorado cannabis friendly? Maybe I don't know the regulations there enough. Um, this map's taking a while to load. The um, Castilla County ones, they're really cheap, but they want you to build a cabin. But I mean, if you look around, the same map that I was hoping would come up here, let's just kill this and try again. I was hoping to get this map up behind my head. We could use that to look at Colorado too. I'll be coming into 30 to 50,000 when I sell my dad's estate, and more when I sell my mother's and my aunt's. I currently only have a couple thousand, but within the next 60 days, I hope to have 50,000. There you go. So you could start with payment terms on some of them and then pay off the rest later, or just wait. It's probably smarter just wait until the money actually settles and you know how much you have and shop accordingly, because you don't want to spend all the money on just the property. You want to spend some on the property and the rest on getting to the property and setting the property up. Like, the real job of buying land is after you buy the land. That's when the bills really add up. Like, you're working on making a driveway and grading, moving dirt around and building stuff. Home Depot bill goes bananas. Claire Shield. Hello, Luke. Just bought my first property from a mailer. How do you get a photos for the properties? Yeah, good. Congratulations. You got your first property on a mailer. That's really cool. So she's asking, she or he, Clarion Shield, I'm not sure, is asking how to get pictures. So there's a website. I like using Thumbtack. Thumbtack depends on how much you're looking to pay. But if you're willing to pay a couple $100s, you can get a really good one off of Thumbtack. And you just go on here and start posting ads for picture taker in whatever area this is at. And if you don't get one on there, but you'll probably get one on there. You'll get one, they'll have drones and like professional camera, like, they're proud of their camera and they understand lighting and all kinds of stuff. They'll do a good job on Thumbtack, and you get good comments to reach, search, and see and everything. But you're probably paying a couple $100 or more. The other way of doing it is we've been using this website a lot recently. It's called Snapper. Let's see if I got this right. I might have misspelled it. 2 P's. Snapper. No, come on. That's not right either. No, it's Shutter. Guys, I can't find the website. If you guys know what website I'm talking about, I think it's called Snapper. Now I feel like an idiot. I don't know why I thought it was called Snapper. But there's a website like that my office has been using to go collect pictures, and they're like $100. So they charge like $99 to go take pictures, and then sometimes as they're farther out there, they get back to you and say, well, we got to add on some travel expenses, and it'll be like another $150 or another $200. I had some of them that get back and they're like, well, we got to add on 50 cents a mile to get over to your property. And so it's not always $100, but if it's near more people, it's usually about $100 to get somebody to go take pictures of the property. And they're usually lower quality pictures. They're not as great as you get off of the Thumbtack guys, from my experience. Some of the guys I had off of there, like, they don't walk into the property. They just take a picture from their car, and it's like, I don't even want to post these things. Some of them get out of the car and they like take a picture of the property, but they won't walk back into the property. It's just frustrating to me. I want to see if they like fall in the mud, or if it's solid ground that they're walking on. This is good information. Come on, bring it back to me, guys. Tell me about the property. Some of them I've had have negotiated deals with the neighbors, like, oh yeah, I'm here to take pictures for a guy that's selling this property. And the neighbor's like, no, I want to buy the property. The property's sold because the picture guy's out there taking pictures. So sometimes they're really good and they take awesome pictures, and other times it's just a mess, and I can't find the website. But the map came up, so the guys that were asking for stuff in Colorado or stuff in the South, you can just zoom in on this map, and so go look at southern Arizona or southern New Mexico or Texas. You can get some really nice toasty properties for cheap. You can pull up on a camper and not have to stay in a campground and have fun with it. And somebody else is asking for that in Colorado. I mean, check out our map. The map is littered with properties in Colorado. I don't even know where to start. We've got a bunch of properties in Colorado. You just got to start looking at them, start looking through them, see what parts of Colorado you're interested in, click on them, and look at them. Read the description of the property. It probably says what the uses are and aren't. And if it doesn't, call whoever's selling that property. Like, let's click on this one, for example. 41 acres on a hill overlooking something. Brian's got this property. So you call Brian. This one is $65,000. So you call Brian and say, can I put my RV there? Can I, just keep asking what you're trying to do. And he might be able to answer him, might not. And what you should really, really, really be doing before you actually do that, maybe after you buy or before you buy or whatever, but I mean, he'll give you the guidelines. He'll start you down in the right direction. Call the county, call whatever county this is in. This is in Park County, Colorado. Call Park County, Colorado, for example, and say, can I put my RV there? Can I grow however much marijuana I want to grow? Can I have my 75, pit bulls breeding facility there? Whatever it is you're trying to do. Like, this is, call them and ask, and they'll tell you, they'll give you guidelines. Like, no, you can't do that, but you can do this, you can't do that. They usually tell you what you can't do, and then you got to figure it out, navigate from there what you can do. So there's a whole bunch of these Colorado properties. This is do-it-yourself land. Get the best price around, but you kind of got to do the rest on your own. Okay, so let's jump back to Crazy Spider. I mean, this is Halloween, right? It's Halloween month. Angling Avatar. I got nasty voicemails, LOL, so it must be in the ballpark. Yeah, exactly, right? If people call you back all pissed off about the price that you sent them, that's a lot better than everyone calling back and accepting your offer. Ooh, then you're in trouble. Yeah. I thank them. Like, thank you. Thanks for complaining. Gives me the courage to buy the other ones that are accepted. I have land to trade in Hancock County, Tennessee. There you go. I mean, I don't know if you're a land dealer, but people keep putting land up for sale on the website. A lot of it sells. I charge $200 a month to post properties on the website, and then you can get a refund if it doesn't sell. And if it keeps not selling, I'll probably kick you off because it's not priced right. I shouldn't laugh. But I just want people that are posting really good properties for sale that they're really trying to sell, not just shopping them for years and years and years with, just to leave some high price out there. I don't want that on the website. But if you're trying to really trade it or sell it or trade it, and you can post it on the website, there's a link in the description down below. But I wish you'd be some kind of land dealer education behind it before you just start posting properties. Lake of the Clouds, John, in the UP. Lake of the Clouds in the UP. So that must be the hill country, Lake of the Clouds. Okay. Maybe it's a neighborhood or a area. I'm not so familiar with the UP of Michigan. I mean, I lived in the northern part of the Lower Peninsula, and I didn't have a whole lot of reasons to go up to the UP. I mean, I went a couple times, but I didn't spend much time up there. I didn't get to know the UP very well. Why are there never listings for Montana? Very good question, Colin. So in Montana, there are regulations against for sale by owner in real estate, whether it's vacant land or houses or whatever. they're trying to protect the real estate mafia over there and make sure they get their commissions. And so somebody thought it'd be a great idea to limit how much for sale by owner somebody could do. So someone like me who does a bunch of for sale by owner can't do that in Montana. So in Montana, you can do up to 5 for sale by owner properties. I think it's per year, and that's like the buy and the sell. So I mean, if you bought one and sold one, you could really only do like 2 properties. You buy and sell, buy and sell. You could get halfway through a buy or something and still be within the law. And then if you do for sale by owner, the realtors all seem to know these laws and they jump on you and call you out on it, and they don't like the competition. Like they get a hold of the state and they sick the state on you, and they send fines, and it's not nice. So land dealers seem to stay out of Montana or Minnesota. We were talking Minnesota or Montana. Sorry, I messed up. I was thinking Minnesota and you said Montana. So why are there no in Montana? Yeah. So Iowawa says he tried Montana. They were hard to deal with. He said, yeah. You think you get a lot of hate in Michigan. Montana is tough, man. Like, yeah, they just tore me up. Like, they were really mean. No one would sell me their land for the prices I was offered. Maybe it was like my offers in Lake Havasu City. Maybe I just didn't have my pricing enough to get anybody's interest, or maybe nobody had any scenarios where they needed money. I don't know. It was just really hard. I've heard that from other land dealers. They have a really hard time getting deals in Montana. Chad Lawson, cool. Okay, Andrew, cannabis is by county in Colorado. Okay, some no go. I didn't know that. So Andrew's saying cannabis growing is by county in Colorado. So I don't know which counties are okay and which aren't. I thought it was more like California, just statewide, go for it. But yeah, Chad Lawson, awesome, cool. Okay, Shanghai. Yeah, Virginia Price, Shanghai. I'm going to go to Shanghai again this in December. So I like Shanghai, guys. Like, I thought it would be a bunch of little Chinamen, like shoulder to shoulder, can't get up and down the street, like nasty smog coming out of the buses and cars and just total chaos. That was the picture in my mind. That's like the picture that's painted by American media. And it's not. Like, it's brand new, everything's clean and it works, and people are really friendly, and everyone says they spit on the ground, and they weren't spitting. It was like going to Disneyland, people running around cleaning up, a little leaf here and a wrapper there or something. I mean, they're sweeping it up, taking care of it, and it kind of looks fake, like all the plants that they just put into town, like just recently. They got flower boxes hanging off the cement rails on the freeway and the roads, and just they tried to green up the town, something crazy. And I think they did a good job. They got trees, parks and trees coming in, and so they're starting to add a lot of nature, and it just markets like at the craziest. You can get all kinds of things in the markets. Some of my happiest times are going to like backpacking in India and buying spices in the spice market, right? Like, when you buy spices in the spice market in India, the asking price is, let's say, $100 for a spoonful of mystery smells good spice. And I don't understand the language enough to know what's in there, but they'll ask $100 for it. And then you start haggling with them, like, I'll give you 1.5 cents, or in rupee or whatever the conversion is. They say, no, not 1.5 cents. Come on, I gotta feed my kids or whatever. And you haggle back and forth. And so they might start out at $100, and you might end up paying 5 cents for the thing. And just the whole dance on that is, I think, hilarious and fun and funny, and that's part of the entertainment of being immersed in a different culture, because you can't do that in the U.S. Like, those kinds of differentials is insulting. It's ridiculous. It doesn't happen. But that's part of how making offers on land work. And then you buy it for 5 cents. You think you got a great deal, and you walk down the aisle, and the next guy's got the same spice, and he'll sell it to you for 2 cents. It's like, he ripped me off. But I bought a whole suitcase of different kinds of spices because I like to cook different things, and I like to haggle on it too. So Shanghai has a different version of that. Shanghai, it's like, phones and electronics and sunglasses and clothes and fancy stuff, which is probably fake, obviously fake, but they did a really good job of making it fake and just haggling away on those kinds of things. Stuff like my wife drinks coffee and you go to the coffee place and you just pay with your phone and people don't have a wallet. Like, why would you need a wallet and credit cards and all this other stuff? I got my phone. Like, I just got my phone. My phone gets me into my apartment. My phone buys me my stuff. My phone gets me on the public transportation. My phone does everything for me. And it communicates and everything. Like, I don't need other stuff in my pocket. I don't need keys. I don't need a wallet. I don't need all that other stuff. My ID's on the phone. Like, things like that were really neat. Like how technologically advanced they were in many ways. And it's just a learning experience. I wouldn't want to live there, but it's great to learn and have fun. Um, Virginia Price, land text, yeah. Chad Lawson, not all Colorado counties are friendly to cannabis. Okay, no kidding. Look forward to looking at the site. Yes, actual photos of the property is what I look for. I skip those that have general area pics. Yeah, but I mean, it's nice to have really good pictures of the properties. And I always thought when I started this business, that would be my competitive advantage, is I'm going to get pictures on every property. And then I get properties and they'd be sold like before the picture guy could get out there to get the stupid pictures and get them back to me. The logistics on collecting the pictures gets to be ridiculous on these things, and giving them directions. Like, let's see you give directions to a picture taking person how to get to vacant land. I mean, it's like trying to hire an artist to do something that you want to do to get done instead of hiring artists to make art the way they want to make it. It just if you're hiring artists, you got to let them do what they do at their own timeline. You can't direct them, in my opinion. It just doesn't work. It's different mindsets, different kind of person. So the photo takers are more artists, and people that buy vacant land, they can find vacant land. People, the artist side, good luck. Good luck showing them where the land is. They get the pictures of the wrong land all the time. So I got frustrated in that, and I was paying for these people, and the land's selling anyway, so I stopped getting pictures of all the properties. Made in Texas, yeah. I have lived in Colorado for a year and a half. I prefer driveway and power pole access plus mail, possible tours, anyone's in area. So he's got his email. I mean, Chad, you're going to have to look at the website. Like, I can't give tours of these properties. I live in Southern California. There's GPS coordinates on these listings. You can click on them. You can go take a tour anytime you want. Midnight, middle of the day, weekday, weekend, holiday, Columbus Day. Today's Columbus Day, right? Happy Columbus Day. You can go take a tour on Columbus Day. You don't have to wait for anybody to get back to you. You can just go do it. There's a whole bunch of them on the website. Just look at them and go. Chad Lawson, I never posted a property before. Yeah. So the other way, I mean, if you never dealt in properties, I mean, it might be better to like collect some pictures of it and go put it on Zillow. They're free to post properties on Zillow, or put it on Craigslist, or even OfferUp. I've been getting some deals off of OfferUp. You can post it on OfferUp. You just take pictures with the app on your phone and click, click, click. You probably find somebody to buy the property. And more than starting an account on my website and going for it with just the one property. But I think if you're going to make a business out of it, then my website starts to make more sense. And then when it comes to like closing on it, if you've never done it before, just stay out of the paperwork side and go to your local title shop and go find like a First American title shop and hire them to do the paperwork. And whoever is buying the property from you, just say, this third party that's reputable is doing the paperwork. I'm not doing the paperwork. I don't know how. We'll let them do the paperwork, and we pay them to do the paperwork, and they do some insurance on it. And that's the best way to trade it. You can do it without a realtor. Maybe you're giving tours to the guy that comes and buys the property from you. Check before you buy property in Colorado. That's a good idea. That makes me feel better. Been living here in Montana. Can't find any reasonable prices for land. Thanks for the answer. Glad not just me or my approach. I know, like land in Montana. Holy cow. Those guys really, really, really price that stuff up. It's, rich people like to have a second or third place in Montana. And so you go for the beautiful Montana stuff and it's just, wow. It's not priced like usable, live there, work in a factory kind of job price. It's an eccentric add-on addition to the portfolio. Iwawa says, same as it used in Carline at TJ Border going north. $25 blanket for a few pesos. Yeah, exactly. Haggling in the Tijuana car. I have a lot of fun going to Mexico and haggling for stuff. And but the Indian culture and different Asian country cultures, India's probably the most extreme case of it that I know of, is I mean the Middle East does it too, but India's still the most extreme. Like the asking prices be 100 times the going price. You know, like, oh, foreigner, I'll do one sale with this guy, it'll make up for like a year's wages. Okay, so question coming up. Let's do a question. Let's give away some land. Let me pull the comments. Let's pop them up here, get them out behind me on the screen. Let's see if we can make this happen. Hopefully I got everyone's questions answered. I got to call TK back here. But in the meantime, let's do some of this. Let's get this a little bigger. See if anyone can see it. Yeah, Montana, they don't want any outsiders buying it up is why. That might be people's point of view, but there's always somebody willing to sell for the right price. Okay, so earlier on in this call, I talked about a couple things. I'm going to come up with a question about that and give away some land. So you can use this land, you can move on it, you can have fun with it. Oh, I processed land this weekend for people that won land just recently. I did. You should be getting some letters in the mail or getting a letter in the mail if you won land recently, or a year or two ago, fix ones we were talking about last week. Replace the ones that never happened. You'll get this piece of paper with a check stapled to it, and it's got all kinds of mumbo jumbo on there for the state, and then I marked a spot for you to sign. So sign that. And it's got your name and address and everything, what you said you want the land to be in and where you want it to go. And feel free to cross something out and update it if it's wrong. And so sign the thing and put it in the postage paid prepaid envelope that I put in there as well, and mail it to the state of Arkansas. And so this is going to go to the state of Arkansas, the paperwork that I sent you, and they want you to sign it now. I can't give it away without you guys signing it because they got mad at me. And yeah, so you get the land, and it's not 100% sure that's going to go through. I mean, I've only done this a couple hundred times, but I mean, it usually goes through. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they send you a letter and it says something, whatever went wrong, oops, and send me that letter. Take a picture of it with your phone, text it to me, or take a picture, email it to me, or scan it over, or mail me a copy, or mail it to me, or whatever. Send it to me. And we'll figure out what to do from there. Either go after another piece of property or change something, or maybe the date's wrong, or some little minutia thing on the paperwork's wrong we could change to make it work. And so we'll figure out how to fix it, and we'll get either that property or the next one. Yeah, so let's do number 7. Let's do the 7th person. Gives people a little bit of a shot. And let's do the website that I bought. I bought this website this morning. So the 7th person to say the name of this website that I bought this morning. I bought the domain, and I was referring to Gary Vaynerchuk's a social media guy, and how he's doing winetext.com. I want to do land. And so instead of selling wine through text, I figure I can sell land through text, and start the website to collect text messages and sell land through text messages. So what's the name of that website? It's something 2words.com, something text with an s.com. What do I sell? And so when this video catches up, I think we'll start seeing the comments fly by. and somebody answering this, I'll give you a free piece of property. You'll sign it up. And so whoever wins this property, send it to Gillian, my assistant Gillian at ruralvacantland.com. At ruralvacantland.com. Okay, so you guys starting to say it. So Nick says Landtex with an S. Yeah, it's landtex.com. So I'm going to start with Nick. Nick's got it right. Dave Tassiet says Landtex. He's got it right. Angela Nadeau, Freeland, no. Dennis, Landtex, yes. How to Shell, Freeland, no. Jason Macy, Landtex, yes. 4. Yasser Lindgren says Landtex, yep. 5. Iowawa, Landtex, that's 6. Oh, where'd it go? And then Dwayne DeSalvo, Landtex 7. Yeah, so let's go with Dwayne. So I might have miscounted, or I might have done something wrong, or the spelling's wrong. I mean, this one's got a space and it should be .com and stuff. Maybe the chat won't let you put the .coms in there. The links probably is what's going on. So let's go with Dwayne. Dwayne, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna say Dwayne wins. No matter what order these comments are coming in your feed, I'm saying Dwayne wins because this is an order that comes in my feed and my counting in front of you with the screen in the background. I'm seeing Dwayne. Backwoods Bungalow says, thanks for all the business insights today, Luke. Yeah, no, it's fun, right? You guys can say, Luke, do it better this way and that way. I've put it out there and you guys come back with ways to improve, right? Dwayne DeSilva wins. Yeah. Okay. Nice, Dwayne. Sweet. Okay. Congrats, Dwayne. Yep. Thanks, Dwayne. So Dwayne, look at the text going by, or the messages going by here. I put one in there from me. It says Gillian at ruralvacantland.com. So if you could email Gillian and get your information in there. I want the name that you want this land deeded into. So this is going to be going on a deed. This is a real asset. It's going into either your name or your kid's name, or you and your wife or spouse or whoever. And yeah, we're joking about some of the signs this weekend, whoever, because I was at this restaurant and it's got the all gender bathroom, and then it's got the women's bathroom, and I'm like, what happened to the men's bathroom? You know, it's like, why is there a women's bathroom? Shouldn't it just be 2 all gender bathrooms? And my wife was pointing out the rest of the weekend, other places we went around town, some of them say, or whatever, just flush. I thought that was the best one. Instead of saying men's or women's, it just says whatever, just flush. Yeah, or whatever. So there you go, California special. So send your information in, and contact information like your name, phone number. It's going to hopefully email it in, so we'll get your email information off of that, and then we'll do the paperwork and get it sent over. Maybe I'll get you a mobile home or a house or something if I can find some more of them in the databases to give away. Or maybe it'll probably just be some vacant piece of property, hopefully with some power lines and stuff in Arkansas, because that's what I can afford to give away right now. Maybe in the future I'll give some fancier ones away. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com, and signing out. See you again next week. If you're watching the recorded version of this and you want to watch the live ones, hit subscribe and you'll get notices. Thank you. See you guys again later.